If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Morning, how you doing?
I'm good, doing well. Tell us a little bit about Sam Moore.
Well, I'm 19. I go to Huntington College, and I write and play country music. And I'm a worship leader at my church too.
Okay, where's your church?
It's down in Fayetteville. It's called Cowboy Christian Fellowship.
Yeah.
We kind of branched off from the Cowboy Church. But
Yeah. A lot of exciting things happening at the church, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
How did you get started as a musician?
Well, going on 5 years ago, my dad passed away, and so I was 15, and I immediately jumped into working. So I went homeschooled, and one of my best friends, Heather Turgeon, she played guitar and lost her dad, so she suggested I pick up a guitar, and it was over from there. I fell in love with it.
19 years old. Who's some of your favorite artists?
We can't go wrong with George Strait. And I love Riley Green too. He's from Jacksonville, so I love all of his music. Morgan Wallen. But honestly, the song I connected with most after Dad died was "That's My Job" by Conway Twitty.
Yeah. You and your dad very close?
We were my best friend.
Yeah.
He was my best friend.
Yeah. It had to be quite tragic for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about the rest of your family?
Oh, live with my mom. She's great. My biggest fan. My sister, don't tell her, but I love her. And my brother, well, he's not actually my brother. He just kind of moved in with us when my mom and dad were youth pastors. So he moved in with us. He's my biggest supporter too. Every time I post a cover or something on Facebook, he shares it and everything. And I couldn't be where I am without him. Sam
Moore, our guest this morning. Sam, talk about the Cowboy Church. What's that about?
Well, the Cowboy Church that's in Fayetteville, like I said, we kind of just branched off from them. But we kind of had the same slogan as them, to be fair. It's "Come as you are." If you're, coming off of, drugs or something, we don't care. You need Jesus just as much as we do. So anybody and everybody's welcome at any time.
Who's the pastor there?
David Chandler.
Okay. You got started in music some time back, some 3 years ago, I guess?
A little more than 4.
Okay, 4 years ago. And do you write songs?
I do, yes, sir. I just actually released my first single.
All right, just tell me about that one.
Okay, so I've been writing probably 2 years. The first ones were not that great, but this is the one I'm really proud of. It's called "Here I Am." I was actually my first semester of college, which I'm about to go back. Thank God, I love. I go to Huntington, but one day I was just kind of having a bad day and missing Dad and all that kind of stuff. So I just went in my room and did what I do when I'm sad. I wrote a song. So it's called "Here I Am." It's basically like just describing who I am. And saying that this for my single is like, here I am, I'm in the music business now, or I'm trying to be.
What goes into writing a song, Sam?
Sometimes I'll just be driving and I think of a rhythm or something, and then I try to find words to fit into the rhythm, but sometimes it's just pouring your heart out and putting it to music.
Have you gotten involved with some of the organizations in our community that were songwriters and stuff yet?
No, sir, I've not. Okay. I would love to, though.
Yeah, well, there's several available, and you can plug in with them, and they can help guide you as far as your recording. Now, you've recorded a song, and you're going to re-record it, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Like I said, it didn't turn out the way I planned. I don't think it sounds rough, but I'd rather it be a little better for it to go on any kind of platform like Spotify or Apple Music.
What is your long-term goals?
Well, I'm going to college to be a history teacher, but because I love history. But if I could make it in the music industry, it'd be great. I actually auditioned for The Voice and made it past like 2 rounds. So I'm thinking about trying Collage out whenever it comes back up.
Yeah, that'll be coming back up this year, I think. Sam Moore is our guest this morning. Sam, a young singer, musician. Do you play other instruments other than the guitar?
I play ukulele a little bit. I've been playing drums for as long as I can remember. I just got a harmonica for Christmas, so we're going to try that out. Get just something else to get on my mom's nerves with. But and I've been trying to learn piano for about a year now, and it's not working out for me.
A lot of musicians and singers, their dream is to go to Nashville. You ever been to Nashville?
I haven't. I've been to Chattanooga, but I've never been to Nashville.
Yeah. yeah. And maybe you can get there and hook up with some people that can help you in the industry. Sam Moore, our guest this morning. Sam is what, 19?
Yes, sir.
And what year are you at Huntington?
I'm a freshman.
Okay.
This will be my second semester. I moved back to third.
Yeah, yeah. Why do you like history so much?
Well, so you've heard the little cliche, history repeats itself. So I feel like if you learn more enough about the past, you can prepare yourself better for the future. And that's kind of, not only that, but it's been interesting to me just about my whole life. Me and my dad used to talk about it all the time, whether it's biblical history or just, the Roman Empire, something.
Obviously, you're very close to your dad. What was so special about him?
Well, he loved anybody and everybody. It didn't matter who you were, what your past was. He never judged anybody off their past. He always welcomed people with open arms. And that's what I do my best to do. If anybody comes at me, if somebody does me wrong but they still need me, you're down the road, I'm still there for them. Not only that, but he would argue his point. Even if you proved him wrong, he would still believe he was right. And that's the kind of determination I feel like I need. And he just had the biggest heart.
Did he know about your musical talents?
No, sir. He knew I played drums. I played drums for my old church way back when, but I didn't even pick up a guitar until after he passed.
When you first picked up the guitar, what was it like?
I was very overwhelmed. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's really hard. But like my friend Heather, she's the one who got me to pick up a guitar, and my best friend Anna, most beautiful voice I've ever heard on her. But they just kept pushing me. I wanted to give up several times, and sometimes I still do. But they're like, no, you got to keep going. You got to keep going.
Yeah. So did you teach yourself how to play or what?
For the most part, I would just look at little chord graphs on Google or something, and once I got good at the chord shapes, I would go to YouTube and look up different songs and figure out how to play them. Yeah.
How would you describe your voice?
I feel like it's very unique. It's not very deep when I sing. It can be, depending on the song. But, I don't have a very raspy voice, and it's not the best, but not the worst. So you either love me or you hate me.
Is there any way that people can listen to your song?
It's on YouTube right now. It's under Samuel Moore. The account name is Samuel Moore, but the song's called Here I Am by Sam Moore. And my Instagram page, sam.moore.music, there's a link in the bio.
What do you expect to write more songs?
Oh, I've written probably 50 songs.
Really?
I have a lot written, just none. I haven't released any of them yet.
Have you thought about the possibility of sending those songs to other artists?
For some of them, yeah. Some of them are a little too personal to me.
Yeah.
But some that I just have, I just sit down, I'm in the mood to write a song, and I write it for sure. They don't mean a lot to me, so may as well.
So you write from your feelings and your emotions?
Yes. Like whether it's a breakup or I'm missing dad or I'm really happy, whatever it is.
Yeah. What would you say to other young guys and young ladies that are contemplating music and maybe they, like you, they give up from time to time and pick it back up and start over? What would you say to them?
Well, mainly, you are going to have some days where you think you sound like, the best musician in the world, and some days you're going to feel like you can't carry a tune in the bucket. But
that's me, Sam. That's every day.
But
I don't even like to hear myself sing in the shower.
Man, that's the best place to sing.
Oh, Sam Moore, our guest this morning. Talk about you're involved in your church. Talk about your relationship with the Lord.
Well, I was raised in church, but after Dad died, I was very angry at God, and to the point where every night I would just scream and cry in prayer, like, why me? Because he died the day after my 15th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So I felt like it wasn't fair. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. And then I just spent so long really running from God. Like, I would still go to church every now and then. And then some of my friends, Anna and Jesse, invited me to the Cowboy Church. And my first night there, the youth pastor, Adria, stalked my Facebook, saw I played guitar, and wanted me to be, sing a few songs at Wednesday night youth. So from then on out, I spent so long running from God, and that night he pulled me back in, and he wasn't done with me yet, and he's still not. And I've just been chasing God ever since. It's time for him to stop chasing me, because I was running for so long. So now I'm chasing after him.
It's good to be a God chaser.
Yes, sir.
And Sam Moore, our guest this morning here on Day. When you sang with before the youth there, were you a little nervous?
Oh, very much so, because the only person I knew was Adria and her daughter. I didn't know anybody else. And then at some point I started inviting my sister and my friend Anna to come to church, and now we're basically like family. You can't get me away from them. I like to bug them just as much as I do my sister.
How did the kids respond to the first time they heard you sing and saw you sing?
A few of them liked it. You know, some of them were just really quiet and didn't sing along, and they really never did until some of us moved into, you know, Cowboy Christian Fellowship now. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like at first it was kind of intimidating for them because it was only my second Wednesday there, and I'm leading worship. So, but I feel like after a while they got used to it. And
so, what's so special about going to school at Huntington?
Well, honestly, I can't describe it. I applied to several colleges. The only one I toured was Huntington. And whenever I walked on campus, I was like, this is my home the next 4 years. I love it. Because our tour guide, and I can't remember her name, but she was giving us a tour, and the professor walked up, knew her by name, you know, asked about her major and her classes and stuff. And she was like, you know, that was Professor so-and-so. I had him one semester my freshman year, and I haven't talked to him since. Mm-hmm. But yet he walked up to her and knew her by name. It's a small school. Everybody knows everybody, and there's such a personal feel there.
Now, do you stay on campus there? I guess you do?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah, fantastic. Sam Moore, young man who writes songs and sings those songs, and his first recording is out. He's going to redo that to kind of trim it a little bit and kind of tweak it some, and we look forward to bigger and better things from Sam Moore. And Sam, we appreciate you coming this morning.
Yes,
and continued success. And this will be on YouTube later on this morning. Hopefully it'll help you as well, okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, Sam Moore, our guest this morning on Daybreak Live. We've got more coming up right after you watch this.